we go as far as Ben takes us. And he's a leader of this team. He's been voted as captain, and I'm pretty sure he's itching to go out there and perform better than he did the first Super Bowl.
Welcome back. So is everyone ready for the Mediocre Bowl? I say that because I'm a little bitter being an Eagles fan. I just still don't think much of the Cardinals. The Eagles lost that game. Arizona did not win it, but like Heinz Ward said, I think that Ben Roethlisberger is going to come out, be on fire. Got a lot of respect for the guy. He's a winner. Whether or not Heinz Ward plays or not, I think the Steelers easily covered the 7-point spread in this game. Neil, you in or out?
I think this is interesting in one of these cases where you talk about the best team doesn't always team, but the team that's playing the best wins.
Sure.
I think that covers Arizona. I think Arizona's team speed will catch Pittsburgh off the mark a little bit.
Me.
No,
you honestly have to be kidding me.
I haven't given you a final yet, so hold your water here, buddy, for a second. Roethlisberger, I think, is a wonderful quarterback. They've talked about one guy can't force him to throw the ball. He steps up. But the other side, Kurt Warner, when I talk about team speed, I'm talking about getting the ball to somebody's hand and movement down the field. And I think Pittsburgh hasn't seen this kind of speed and release from the pocket of the football before. So that pressure is going to have to be even more so for Pittsburgh to force Warner to hold on to the football, or they have to force him coverage downfield to hold on the football so they can get to him.
I think that
Pittsburgh will win. Pittsburgh will win, but it won't be double figures.
All right, what do you think? Pittsburgh covered the spread?
Nope. I'm rooting for Arizona, baby.
I don't care who you're rooting for. Mr. Will Strickland going down to the Super Bowl.
I am in with Arizona. And I know it's not the popular pick, but what's right ain't always popular, and what's popular ain't always right. When you have one of the most accurate quarterbacks in NFL history throwing to the best wide receiving core in the league and a young defense hitting at the right time, like Neil said, hey, they're ready to go. I'm taking the Cardinals 30-24.
I can't believe you're drinking that Kool-Aid. Andrade, are you in with Pittsburgh covering the spread?
I'm absolutely in. I kill that, because I'm in with Pittsburgh covering this. I bring it back to Roethlisberger, and I hear what you're saying about the defense will have to step up, but they've got an innovative defense on Pittsburgh. They have shown the ability to adapt to all kinds of offenses, but I put it back to Roethlisberger. His wide receivers are playing great. He doesn't favor one particular wide receiver. It makes him hard to defend. I put it on him. I think he's a big game player, and when the chips are all covered and scattered and whatever they're going to do, it's going to be Pittsburgh covered big time.
Well, the Eagles' defense relied on precision, which wasn't really there last game. Pittsburgh's relies on brute force and strength.
Why do you keep
and
talking
Woolley
about
and Harrison, those guys are animals. They're going to eat Kurt Warner alive. He's going to get buried in this matchup. Okay. I want to know whether or not Canadians dig the Super Bowl more than the Grey Cup. The ratings are somewhat close. Like, the ratings for the CFL Grey Cup are fantastic. And this year is kind of funny because the CFL was only on TSN and RDS. Well, the Super Bowl's on CTV, which goes to all Canadians. So I want to know, do Canadians prefer the Grey Cup? You in or out?
I think they prefer the Grey Cup. I think that is where, I think television audience throughout the season on TSN proves that the fans are there. Now, sometimes it doesn't translate in all the markets because the teams aren't as successful, especially in the East as of late. Right. But absolutely, they like the wide open game, but they appreciate what the Super Bowl represents. Now, even though there isn't the storied history, it's great football, it's great talent. So, from my perspective as a football fan, I love them both.
Your 4 Grey Cup rings were shining brighter than your eyes on that one. With that answer, Strickland, you in or out?
As the Americanadian at the table, I'm out. I think they prefer the Super Bowl only because they want to see the commercials, but they always cut the commercials off. So, no, I think they prefer the Super Bowl over the Grey Cup.
Grey Cup, you in or out, Andrade?
I think they probably prefer the Super Bowl, the Grey Cup, but I think the same people watching the Grey Cup are watching the Super Bowl as well. I think it's one culture of football, but the Grey Cup, to me, and I've said this before on the show, it's a better game, and when you watch the NFL, you see better athletes, and I think there's a poison for everybody, but at the end of the day, I think the Grey Cup has the kind of history that people buy into over here.
Same with the Super Bowl. Regardless, it's just shoved down our throats. You can't avoid it. We're inundated with coverage.
Isn't shoved down your throat.
Well, that's the thing, and that's why
people are looking for it. So I look at the dedication.
And the Grey Cup provides better games, a better theater at the time.
Did you see the Alouettes Stampeders this year? Yish. This game will be more entertaining. The Mediocre Bowl will be better than the very Grey Cup that was on this year.
Donovan McNabb wasn't in the game.
My last words coming up next. If Beckham leaves, was he a bust? That is the question. I'm taking a stance for Becks. It's my last word. Next.